Hello and welcome to Super Awkward Fun Review of the X-Files, Season 10. We've made it, almost to the end. Episode 1, My Struggle. Chris Carter wrote it and directed it. Who took these pictures? Just kidding. We gotta catch up since it's 2016 when this series came back. We get a little recap from Fox Mulder at the beginning. It's like the good old days with the new old intro. Nice hair, Scully. Okay, this triggers me. Enter Tad O'Malley. He's an Alex Jones type who meets with the old agents who have broken up, sadly. Boo. I'm sure they'll reunite, though. Only a matter of time. He has them see an abductee. Time for Dana to figure out if she has alien DNA. Cool spaceship, bro. Back off, dude. She's taken. Even if she says she's not. The pencils! Oh, good times. Let's get to the conspiracy stuff. Aliens aren't abducting people. We did this before, but I guess we're doing it again. He says men against humanity are using alien tech against us. This is the clip that inspired me to do this whole series. Enjoy!
Own government.
Your own government lies as a matter of course, as a matter of policy. The Tuskegee experiments on black men in the 30s, Henrietta Lacks.
What are they trying to do?
That's the missing piece.
But it's not hard to imagine. A government hiding, hoarding alien technology for 70 years at the expense of human life and the future of the planet. Driven not only by corporate greed, but a darker objective.
The takeover of America.
And then the world itself, by any means necessary, however violent, or cruel, or efficient. By severe drought, brought on by weather wars, conducted secretly using aerial contaminants and high-altitude electromagnetic waves. In a state of perpetual war, to create problem, reaction, solution scenarios to distract, enrage, and enslave American citizens at home. With tools like the Patriot Act and the National Defense Authorization Act, which abridge the Constitution in the name of national security. The militarization of police forces in cities across the U.S., the building of prison camps by the Federal Emergency Management Agency with no stated purpose. The corporate takeover of food and agriculture, pharmaceuticals and healthcare, even the military in clandestine agendas to fatten, dull, sicken, and control a populace already consumed by consumerism.
And I encourage you all to go shopping more.
A government that taps your phone, collects your data, and monitors your whereabouts with impunity. A government preparing to use that data against you when it strikes. And the final takeover begins.
The takeover of America.
It's happening all around us.
The other shoe waiting to drop.
It'll probably start on a Friday. The banks will announce a security action necessitating their computers to go offline all weekend.
Digital money will disappear.
They can just steal your money?
Followed by the detonation of strategic electromagnetic pulse bombs to knock out major grids.
What will seem like an attack on America by terrorists or Russia.
Or a simulated alien invasion using alien replica vehicles that exist and are already in use.
An alien invasion of the U.S.
The Russians tried it in '47.
You can't say these things.
I'm going to say them tomorrow.
Sound familiar? You gotta wonder if the actors in this scene ever looked around the world thinking, shit, it's happening. Probably not, but that's what I'm here for. O'Malley is ridiculed and discredited by the abductee and wiped off the internet. Also, the abductee is destroyed, and look who just found out about the X-Files getting reopened. It's gonna be an interesting season. In summary, everything that's happening now and in the future of this dystopia was predicted by Chris Carter in the X-Files, who's apparently a fucking psychic, or he's club adjacent. Either way, I'm glad we have a document of this part of recent history to look back on and pick apart. They also got the Alex Jones part right, with him getting taken down. This is by far the most predictive and eerily so episode of the X-Files so far. I'll be surprised if any subsequent episode matches it. Founders Mutation, Episode 2, written by James Wong, directed also by James Wong. And I thought there wouldn't be any more predictive programming. Nugenics or eugenics? It's like a 21st century Ghost in the Machine. But they're old school. Worst headache ever. Meanwhile, the gang is back together. It is eugenics. Oh my. He's the key in this case. You can't get him out of your head. We also get some fantasy sequences with William in this episode, one with Dana and another with Fox. It makes you wonder if he'll actually show up at some point. And hopefully they'll be a family by the end. We'll see. Anyway, I love James Wong's directing here, and the writing wasn't bad either. It feels like a true reset. Episode 3, Mulder and Scully Meet the Weremonster. Written by Darren Morgan. Directed by Darren Morgan. Another Darren Morgan treat. Fun! Yay! Look who's back! There's the monster in the title. He's getting too old for this shit. Of course, this is the funniest episode so far. I missed Darren's writing, and it's cool to see him direct too this time. His blend of humor and what the fuck is never not fun to watch. If there were a top 5, this would be at the top. But this time I'm just going to pick one episode at the end as my favorite since it's such a short season. I love the performances, the writing, the directing, the nostalgia, and the humor. It's the most I've laughed in a while watching The X-Files. Extra points for this tribute to Kim Manners. And we're on to Home Again, Episode 4. Glenn Morgan wrote it and directed it. We open it with bad news about Dana's mother. Margaret's in the hospital. She had a heart attack. The X-File is in West Philadelphia. Born and raised. Sorry. They tackled the homelessness issue, which is pretty relevant today with the state of the world. Rich get richer, poor get poorer. Don't steal their shit, or you'll have to split. Yes, I went there. What did you expect? Back to Margaret. She had a DNR, so Dana's beside herself. Good thing he's here. He was there for her back in the day, and he's there for her mother now. At least we get some good moments with them. I wish they were happier, though. Just like old times. The trash man is here, and he has points about people treating others like trash, spreading plastic crap everywhere, so it's someone else's problem. But Dana calls him out on his hypocrisy with how he treats others. Band-Aid nose strikes again. Then we get our final scene about William.
Does he doubt himself because we left him?
He has to show up at some point, right? I hope so. Good stuff. Creepy visuals. It felt like a new old episode. I love the moldy moments and the unsolved mystery. On to Episode 5, Babylon. Written by Chris Carter, directed by Chris Carter. Look familiar? Meet Special Agents Miller and Einstein. They're totally going to be here for a while. They're investigating a terrorist bombing. Of course, she doesn't buy Mulder's point of view. Time to communicate with the terrorist. It's best we not talk about whatever this was. This was a sadly relevant yet not very effective episode that focuses on the immigration debate, hatred towards Muslims, and what leads people to commit horrific acts. It's too much for Carter to handle. There's a good episode in there somewhere, but it is drowned out by silly scenes about magic mushrooms and these two who we don't have any connection with. And not enough of these two who we have a connection with. And not enough of these two who I... Shit. It's hard because you were looking right at it. Okay, that's what she said. I should keep that in. That's what she said. I'm keeping it. And not enough of these two who we have a connection with. I fucked it up again. And not enough of these two who we have a connection with. And not enough of these two who we do have a connection with. Finally got there. Just get back together already. Let's see if they do in My Struggle 2, Episode 6. Story by Dr. Ann Simon, Dr. Margaret Fearon, and Chris Carter. Teleplay by Chris Carter. Directed by Chris Carter. Okay, I love the bookend voiceover intros from Mulder and Scully. Nice touch. The alien DNA storyline is back, and so is Tad O'Malley. This doctor says there's a massive contagion. If the flu doesn't kill you, then something else will. It's the vaccines that are attacking their systems, says Scully. We're all going to be exposed. They have our DNA and are exposing us to a global contagion.
We have breaking news of hospitals being overrun and temporary shelters filling up. But the reality is all too clear.
It is a collapse. The mainstream media failing to cover the story, failing to see the writing on the wall as anthrax outbreaks give way to an epidemic of flu and bacterial diseases. Now, if you see graffiti like this in your neighborhood, you can suspect your DNA is being targeted by a release of aluminum into the atmosphere through chemtrails. A systematic spreading of a substance that triggers a genetic response. Cases in New York, California, across the country. While right here in Washington, immunity to common germs is breaking down and flooding our city hospitals.
I was wrong about what's causing it. Dead wrong, in fact.
But it's clearly a widespread failure of our immune systems.
Through gene tampering.
What you're calling alien DNA.
That's where I was mistaken. Alien DNA is what I have. And alien DNA is all that can save us.
But why is everyone sick?
What they have, what you have, what I have to presume the entire population has is something entirely different. It's in the germ line already. It's in sperm, it's in eggs, it's a virus within a virus that was put there through the smallpox vaccine. It's what these men are calling the Spartan virus.
Where are you getting this?
From a trusted friend who says that it's not too late to change it.
Creepy, huh? Fox is taken in by CSM, who offers him a seat at the table. He objects. Then Scully gets a PCR test and finds out she doesn't have alien DNA. CRISPR is mentioned, of course. The alien DNA helps to deactivate the biological weapon, which is the vaccine. This is a lot. If I had remembered all this shit, I would have been even more prepared for the shit show in real life. She gets another PCR with a larger sample, and what do you know? She has the alien DNA, which is the cure. I guess we all just need alien DNA, huh? Since it's the fucking smallpox vaccine that so many of us got injected with as children. Thanks, X-Files. So helpful of you. At least I'm not a GMO, though. That counts for something. Anyway, Crazy Up, even crazier than part 1, and because it is so fucking relevant and scary, it is my top episode of season 10. It was close. Let's hope Mulder will be cured soon, and William finally shows up in season 11. See you there.